Okay. I guess I could have cued the half note, but I thought I was clear that we were doing half notes, so I didn't think I had to cue, but in hindsight, I could have cued it to reinforce. Oh my gosh, that flute though. It's so hard to do. Here I said if he could pull out just a smidge, but in hindsight, I could have said pull out a lot because he's like almost a half step sharp. Also, in the moment, I didn't like. I mean, obviously, now listening back, I see that it's sharp, or I hear that it's sharp, but like in the moment, I was like on the spot and kind of like not sure if it was flat or sharp, which is kind of wild because I know that it's super sharp now. But I could work on like identifying if it's sharp or flat. Also, I told him to like close his aperture, which like he could have done, but I don't know if that would have helped the pitch that much. I probably should have told him to pull out more and use like a faster airstream. But I'm okay with the fact that I like needed to move on and to tell him to get with Emily to fix it because I didn't mind like him asking his peers for help, or I mean students asking for their peers help in general. So with this, my goal was to focus on hearing moving notes. And I was gonna get them to switch and do brass moving notes and woodwinds on the drone, but I kind of felt like I was running out of time, so also could have given more clarity on the instructions. Yeah, so Holland asked if we were playing any note from the scale, and my goal was for them to play any note in the triad. So I could have been more clear with that. So Holland's question kind of showed me that I wasn't clear. I'm glad that I acknowledged his correction. That's something I've been working on, so really proud of that. Okay, so here I was asking them what they think of when they think of Ireland so that we can kind of get a visual. And they all decided to talk about like really depressing things like the potato famine. And I was like really taken aback by that and was not expecting them to say such morbid things. Um, so, like, that was definitely something I had to adjust to. And I was like taken aback and didn't know how to respond. And my piece is definitely not sad, so I wasn't going to try and be like, oh, well, let's channel that terrible time in Irish history. So, so to lighten the mood, I did that little really cringy Irish jig thing. But that was something that I was like, oh wow, like in the future, a student will say something out of the box and outlandish like that, and I'm gonna have to focus on my feedback and how to react to things like that. So that was kind of funny. I wasn't expecting that. Looking back on my conducting, I could have phrased Brandon a little better, like use my left hand more. But also there wasn't any phrasing marking and I wanted there wasn't any phrasing marked and I wanted them to come up with their own phrasing. So I guess it's okay. I don't know. Like, yeah, what do you do if you want your students, if you want to give your students like a creative thing, like adding their own phrasing when there's no phrasing written? Do you just like not use your left hand until you hear what they want to do? I don't know. Also, I was happy about the fact that I isolated Brandon with his trombone part and it got better. So that was like a proud moment. I told Brandon to slide through his melody while we worked on that, and that was good. I liked that. It totally was French horns that were longer, and I said flutes were too long, like as far as note length. So definitely something that I struggle with is like listening to what they're doing while also conducting. So I can work on that more. But like I right there, I told the flutes they were too long when it was totally the French horns. Thinking, look, like listening back on it. Here's another time where I like wasn't super clear, and I was like, "What is the music missing?" And they thought I was talking about like what they weren't doing, but I meant like what's not on the page that we needed to add as far as like phrasing and dynamics and stuff. So there were a couple times where I wasn't super clear, and that's kind of, you know, got to work on that. So here I told everyone else to listen to what Brandon was doing and see if he was doing what he said. Also, I realized that I didn't really pay any attention to Taylor on the percussion, which is not great. So next time, I'll be more cognizant of the percussion part. Also, thinking back, I told him to like listen to Brandon and tell me if he like did good or not. And like now thinking back on that, I feel like that wouldn't be very effective because students aren't just going to be like, "Oh no, he was terrible. He didn't do that." You know, like they're going to no matter what be like, "Yeah, he did a good job." Or maybe that's just me. I don't know, but I just don't know how great that approach was. I believe here where doing a wrap up and doing the whole section. Also, I think I'm dragging. I'm showing really legato conducting when the music is not that legato. So, rip. I'll work on that too. And that is mine. There's Holland. Okay, that's mine. And there's a lot I can work on, and I'm looking forward to the next round where I can put all these corrections to use. And yeah, so thank you guys, and I'll see y'all in class. And go Tigers.